Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio, back to work on a Monday. So, man, got a chance to listen to some of that game yesterday. Cardinals, fire continues, my guy.
You ever seen these weather forecasts where they put up the red flag warning, oh, don't burn, dangerous fire and all that? Hey, the Cardinals have a red flag warning around them right now. Don't get close to them. They are on fire at the moment. They have just... The month of May has been magnificent for them. The month of April was awful. Well, May is magnificent. Since the Cardinals' low point of the year, which was 10, and they were 14 games under 500, 10 and 24. Since then, they are 11 and 3, and they are now 6 games under 500 and just roaring. They beat the Dodgers yesterday 10-5, played the Cincinnati Reds in 4 games coming up in Cincinnati starting tonight. Cincinnati's not very good. Cardinals have a chance to completely get back to 500 this early in the season and make a bid at the championship. The team, the Milwaukee Brewers, who are in the lead in the National League Central, are not all that far ahead of the Cardinals. This is really interesting, the way this team has come back. Now, Mike, they are good. They're a very good team. We knew they weren't going to slump as badly as they did in April. You knew that was going to happen. But are they this good? No. Everything evens out as the season goes on, but the Cardinals still have a lot of talent on their team.
They absolutely do, and as long as that pitching can hold, we'll be all right, because the offense, you can't be consistently on fire all the time.
Well, that's what they're doing, outscoring teams right now. Their pitching wasn't all that great yesterday. 10-5 was the final score. The Dodgers can score some runs. The Dodgers just can't pitch. They've got some problems. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Last week, high school baseball for a lot of teams. The playoffs happening this week. What's the deal?
Yeah, the smaller classes schools have what are called sectional rounds today. The larger schools do not have sectionals. And as far as the smaller schools today, Greenwood, Billings, and Wablo all playing in Class 1. Marionville and Ashgrove play each other in Class 2. There is one district game, and that's in Class 5 tonight, and that's in Branson, where Glendale and Willard, they were to have played Friday, game was rained out, had graduation Saturday, so because they don't have a sectional round, they moved it to today, so the district championship will be decided between Glendale and Willard, and they always seem to play every year in the same district. They're really good teams.
Exciting stuff, and good luck on those finals too, kids. Last but not least, who won in the NBA and hockey playoffs this weekend?
Oh, my goodness. The Miami Heat. Here's a team that had to be in the play-in round to get into the NBA.
I know, man. It's crazy.
They are. They're within one win of getting into the finals, the championship finals. They just blasted the Boston Celtics 128-122. Miami leads that series 3-0. They could wrap it up tomorrow night. And in the other series, Denver and Los Angeles, the Nuggets lead 3-0. A win tonight, they're into the championship as well. This is really interesting. As far as the hockey's concerned, one game yesterday, the Las Vegas Golden Knights came from behind, knocked off the Dallas Stars in overtime 3-2. The Golden Knights lead that series 2-1.
I think the Knights are going, but what do you think is going on in Boston? Did they just not? Is this kind of one of those things they just underestimated their opponent?
I don't think it's a matter of underestimating them, but Miami is pretty good. They have played kind of under the radar all season long. They're a good team, but not a great team. Boston just run out of gas. They don't have the. Philadelphia took a lot out of them when they played, and I think that's really caught up with them.
So the second golf major is history. Pretty exciting weekend in golf, wasn't it?
Was indeed, and historic in a lot of respects, because Brooks Koepka gets the win at the PGA. He becomes the first LIV golfer to win a major, but it's hardly Koepka's first major. You know, the LIV had the abandonment from the PGA Tour last year, so it's only been just a year since all of that dishevelment took place. Anyway, this is number 5 for the majors for Koepka, who's a great player out of Florida State University. 3 of those 5 majors are the PGA Championship. And he wins this one by 2 strokes and does it in really convincing style. Victor Hovland and Scottie Scheffler finished 2 strokes behind. Really, the drama ended on the 15th when Hovland, who was in a trap, had trouble getting out of it and double bogeyed, and that was pretty much the end of it. So it is Brooks Koepka who wins the PGA. Next up is the U.S. Open coming up later on in June.
Exciting. It was also kind of an all-star weekend for NASCAR, too, wasn't it?
Well, actually, the NASCAR folks had their all-star race, which does not count as far as the points are concerned or anything of that nature. Their big race is coming up next Sunday night. the Coke 600, follows the Indianapolis 500. And the Indy 500, of course, is the greatest spectacle in racing. That's how they view it. Front row, the pole sitter is Alex Palou from Spain at 234 miles an hour. He won it by tenths of a second over Rinus VK. Rinus VK is a Dutch driver, 22 years old. VK are the first two initials of his last name, which is Van Kalmuth. And Mr. Van Kalmuth said, nobody will ever get that name out because he wins quite a bit. So I'm going to shorten it to just VK. So that's what he has, Rinus VK. He's the middle portion of the front row. And Felix Rosenquist, not an American driver among them, on that front row. And in fact, it is 5 of the first 6 drivers are non-Americans. Which is fine. That's the Indianapolis 500. It's a worldwide event. So it'll be a really fast field when they take the green flag. And then that's followed by the Coke 600 down in Charlotte. It's a busy week coming up, and a busy Sunday, I should say, all on the motorsports scene.
So, yeah, it just goes to show you they race around the world and drive like idiots all over the world. What happened with the Royals and the Cardinals over the weekend?
Well, the Cardinals, of course, won their game over the Dodgers by a score of 10-5. The White Sox and the Royals, that one went to the Chicago White Sox, who sweep Kansas City 5-2. Kansas City's really struggling. Their pitching just is bad. They played the Cardinals next week in 2 games in St. Louis. And then there are 2 games later on this summer in Kansas City. But, geez, Kansas City is not in the ballpark with the Cardinals at all. As far as the Springbirds are concerned, they won their getaway game, blasted the Northwest Arkansas Naturals 16-6. And beginning tomorrow night, the Springbirds are home for a couple of weeks, and that's pretty good.
Heck yeah, and you're going to be doing a game this weekend.
Sunday
Excited
night.
about that too, Ned. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Cave Sports has been brought to you by family-owned Arctic Food Equipment. Remember, your success is their business always.